Artificial intelligence, or AI, is now woven into our daily routines, powering smart assistants, recommending movies, and even helping doctors. From the moment we wake up and ask our phones about the weather, to the playlists that set the mood for our evenings, AI is quietly shaping our experiences. It's in our homes, our workplaces, and even in our pockets, making life feel a little more seamless and connected. Generative AI, like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot, can write, create, and answer questions in seconds, making them feel almost magical. These tools can draft emails, summarize articles, brainstorm ideas, and even help us learn new skills. Their speed and versatility are changing how we approach problems, making complex tasks feel simple and accessible to everyone. Millions use these tools for work, learning, and curiosity, drawn by their promise of convenience and creativity. Students rely on AI for homework help, professionals use it to boost productivity, and creators experiment with new forms of art and writing. The possibilities seem endless, and the excitement is contagious. But as we embrace AI, it's vital to understand how it works, and where it fails. Behind the scenes, these systems are complex, and their limitations are not always obvious. Knowing what AI can and cannot do is essential for using it responsibly. These models aren't all-knowing. They're trained on vast internet data, predicting words based on patterns, not true understanding. They don't think or reason like humans. Instead, they generate responses by analyzing huge amounts of information and guessing what comes next, often without context or real comprehension. Their answers sound confident, but that doesn't guarantee accuracy. Sometimes, they make mistakes or present information that's outdated or just plain wrong. It's easy to be fooled by their polished language and quick responses. The danger is in trusting them blindly, mistaking fluency for truth. When we accept AI's answers without question, we risk spreading misinformation or making decisions based on faulty data. As AI becomes more embedded in our lives, we risk accepting its output without question. The more we rely on these systems, the easier it is to overlook their flaws and limitations, especially when they make our lives easier. This reliance can lead to real consequences, from spreading false information to making poor decisions. Inaccurate AI-generated content can influence opinions, shape public debates, and even affect our safety and well-being. We must remember, AI is a tool, not an oracle. It's powerful, but it's not infallible. Like any tool, it works best when we use it thoughtfully and with awareness of its strengths and weaknesses. Using it wisely means staying curious, skeptical, and informed. It means asking questions, seeking out multiple perspectives, and not taking every answer at face value, and always ready to double-check. By treating AI as a helpful assistant rather than a final authority, we can unlock its benefits while protecting ourselves from its pitfalls. Even tech leaders urge caution with AI. Google CEO Sundar Pichai warns, "Don't blindly trust AI's answers." He admits the technology is powerful, but still prone to mistakes. Pichai suggests using AI as a creative partner, not a replacement for judgment. He encourages users to cross-check AI's output and maintain skepticism. This is crucial as Google integrates AI into its search engine, relied on by billions. Pichai's warning is a reality check. Even creators know AI's flaws are real. The tech industry is racing ahead, but ethical and practical challenges remain. His message: be an active, critical user, not a passive consumer. AI's flaws aren't just theory, they're already making headlines. Google's Gemini, launched as a breakthrough, quickly ran into trouble. Its image generator, meant to promote diversity, produced bizarre, historically inaccurate depictions, like diverse founding fathers or incorrect portrayals of historical figures. The backlash forced Google to apologize and disable the feature. Gemini's text answers have also been unreliable. Studies found nearly half of its news summaries contained major errors. These failures show AI's core weakness. It follows rules, but lacks understanding and context. Gemini's mistakes highlight that AI is shaped by its programming and data, complete with biases and blind spots. It's not an impartial source of truth. Every AI output reflects its limitations. We must treat its answers as drafts, not facts. One of AI's most dangerous flaws is hallucination, when it confidently invents false information. AI can fabricate facts, quotes, or even entire studies, presenting them as truth. This is especially risky in fields like medicine or law, where a single error can have serious consequences. Experts warn that subtle mistakes are the most dangerous. One invented detail can lead to disaster. Hallucinations happen because AI predicts plausible words, not because it understands truth. It fills gaps with fiction, unaware it's doing so. That's why every AI answer needs verification. Think of AI as a helpful assistant, not an all-knowing expert. Always check its claims against reliable sources. Trust, but always verify. As AI companies try to fix errors, a new problem emerges. Who decides what's true? Tech giants are programming their models with specific versions of correct information, centralizing control over knowledge. This concentration of power is troubling. Should a few corporations define reality for millions? Their decisions are shaped by business interests, not just facts. AI might downplay criticism or promote certain products, subtly shaping our worldview. The risk. We accept AI's answers as neutral, forgetting the corporate influence behind them. To stay informed, we must seek diverse sources and question what AI presents as truth. The AI boom has triggered a tech gold rush, with companies investing hundreds of billions. Some warn this frenzy resembles the dot-com bubble, driven by hype, not real value. If the bubble bursts, the fallout could be massive stock crashes, bankruptcies, and lost jobs. Even Google's CEO admits no company is immune to a market correction. While AI's potential is real, the current pace may not be sustainable. The lesson from history: hype fades, but reality always catches up. We must approach AI investment with caution, not blind optimism. The future depends on measured, thoughtful progress. AI's rapid growth comes with a hidden cost: our privacy. As artificial intelligence becomes more powerful and integrated into our daily lives, it's easy to overlook the vast amount of personal information fueling these systems. Every search, message, and online interaction can become part of the data that trains AI, often without us even realizing it. These models are trained on massive datasets, often including personal information scraped from the web, and sometimes private communications. The hunger for data is relentless, and the boundaries between public and private information are increasingly blurred as companies seek to improve their AI's performance. Recent lawsuits allege that companies like Google have used private user data to train AI without consent. These legal battles highlight a growing concern. Are tech giants respecting our rights, or are they prioritizing innovation and profit over individual privacy? This is a serious breach of trust, turning our conversations into corporate fuel. When our private messages and personal details are used without permission, it erodes the confidence we place in the platforms we rely on every day. The business model rewards collecting as much data as possible, often pushing ethical and legal boundaries. Companies are incentivized to gather more and more information, sometimes at the expense of transparency and user consent. Most users don't realize how much of their digital lives are harvested for AI. From smart devices in our homes to the apps on our phones, data is constantly being collected, analyzed, and stored, often invisibly. We routinely agree to terms without understanding the trade-off. The fine print is rarely read, and the true cost of convenience is often hidden behind complex privacy policies and vague consent forms. As AI advances, we need stronger transparency and control over our data. It's crucial for individuals to have clear choices about how their information is used, and for companies to be held accountable for respecting those choices. Clear rules and the right to opt out are essential. Laws and regulations must keep pace with technology, ensuring that privacy is not sacrificed in the name of progress. Without privacy protections, we risk losing control over our own lives. The choices we make today will shape the future of data rights for generations to come. In a world of persuasive AI, our best defense is still our own critical thinking. The human brain excels at reason, skepticism, and context, skills AI lacks. Never accept an AI's answer at face value. Treat it as a starting point. Use AI to guide your research, but always check its facts and sources. Verification takes effort, but it's the only way to avoid being misled. Diversify your information. Don't rely on a single AI or source. Compare answers, consult news, journals, books, and experts. True understanding comes from engaging with many perspectives. Outsourcing thinking to AI weakens our own abilities. Stay curious, skeptical, and active in your learning. AI can assist, but it should never be in charge. The final judgment about truth must always be ours. We're at the dawn of a new era. AI promises incredible change, but also real risks. The world is buzzing with excitement about what artificial intelligence can do, from transforming industries to reshaping our daily lives. But as we embrace these advancements, we must also recognize the shadows they cast. Every leap forward brings new questions about how we use, trust, and control these powerful tools. From hallucinations to privacy concerns and concentrated power, the challenges are as great as the opportunities. AI systems can make mistakes, misinterpret data, or even reinforce biases. There are real dangers when sensitive information is mishandled, or when a handful of companies control the technology that shapes our world. The stakes are high, and the consequences can be far-reaching. The answer isn't to reject AI, but to use it with caution and critical thinking. We need to ask tough questions, challenge assumptions, and stay vigilant about how these systems are built and used. It's about finding a balance, embracing innovation, while protecting our values and rights. Leaders like Sundar Pichai urge us to use AI for ideas and creativity, not as a source of unquestioned truth. AI can spark inspiration, help us solve problems, and open new doors, but it should never replace our own judgment or critical thinking. We must remember that these systems are tools, not authorities. The Gemini case shows these systems are flawed and fallible. Even the most advanced AI can make errors, sometimes with serious consequences. These failures remind us that technology is not infallible, and that over-reliance can lead to costly mistakes. Responsibility for decisions and verification must stay with us. We can't outsource our judgment or accountability to algorithms. It's up to us to double-check, to question, and to ensure that the information we use is accurate and reliable. Build a healthy relationship with AI, check facts, use multiple sources, and demand transparency. Don't accept answers at face value. Instead, dig deeper, compare perspectives, and insist on clarity about how decisions are made. Be wary of economic hype and the risk of a bubble. Not every promise will be fulfilled, and not every investment will pay off. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement, but we must stay grounded and realistic about what AI can and cannot do. Our judgment is the most powerful tool we have. In a world of rapid change, our ability to think critically, weigh evidence, and make informed choices is more important than ever. Use AI as a co-pilot, not an autopilot. Let it assist, guide, and enhance your work, but never hand over full control. Stay engaged, stay curious, and always keep your hands on the wheel. Never stop thinking for yourself. Ensure technology serves humanity, not the other way around. The future of AI depends on how wisely we choose to use it, and that responsibility rests with each of us.